dare, don't you dare call a black man a savage after you murdered him. Don't you dare do that. I'm so sick of African Americans being called violent when the world's worst violence was done to them, not by them, to them, not by them. For God's sake, you want to do racist stereotypes? If it fit anywhere, and it doesn't, but if it fit anywhere, it would certainly fit white right-wingers of the South, who has hundreds of years of history of being savages. Savages! They snatched babies and they sold them as property and they raped their mothers. Savages! That's what they were. You want to talk about stereotypes? Screw all of you who still defend that Confederacy, that monstrosity. Anyone who defends that is a barbaric savage.
That's why they don't want to teach American history in public schools. That's why there's been a strong orchestrated effort to prevent the teaching of anything that you just mentioned right now. Because, hey, God forbid that, children learn about the real savages in this country's history.
Baruch 3:10. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Yahweh. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who rule well, being a great example for us younger brothers in this truth and the sincere Akim throughout the four winds, pushing this word in all truth, righteousness, sincerity, faith, and diligence to you. I say shalom. I want to get into a quick lesson out of one Ratazah. Got another clip, another excerpt. Been collecting clips. And, I was, listening to Esau Edom, go in on, the real savages and, don't blame, the so-called black man, which is the Negroes. Let's go back to either Judah, the Southern Kingdom, right? With your tribe, either go back to Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. All right, he was talking about them, but as a whole, he was really getting on, the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, was reading an article the other day. I couldn't find it. I was gonna clip it in with this one, but basically they let another murdering of Jake. They let it off. Also with this big thing with this Carmelo Anthony situation, they've been real nasty on that, but they let another Edomite, they let loose, charges acquitted for the murdering of Jake, and it's just more and more evidence, man, that you in the land of your captivity, man. Okay, and that Esau Edom is the devil that the Bible speak of. All right, he's your enemy, and hey, the Lord has made good His word, man. Okay, so with that being said, want to get into a few scriptures, and we're gonna close out of one Ratazah, be edifying to the Lord's elect. But I want to read this one again, Baruch 3:10. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land? Are you in the land of your captivity, man? Where you getting murdered, babies get snatched up out of it's a long history. That's one of the brothers say, check his track record. It's a long history of just rape, robbing, and murdering pilgrimage through the the children of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Cinnamon Indians, man. Y'all make up the different tribes of the nation of Israel, man. All right, and Edom has been, which is the self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child. Edom has a track record of causing harm to you Jakes, man. All right, so how happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, thou art waxing old in a strange country, thou art defiled with the dead, right? Because they no understanding here. All right, these people aren't the land of your enemies. These people aren't your aren't your people. They're not the people of the Lord. All right, they are totally different. All right, they dead. They don't have life within them. All right, they don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments, which tends to life. They don't have that, man. It was given to the nation of Israel, man. All right. Let's see. It says, verse 11, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hast walked in the way of the Most High, thou should have dwelled in peace forever. So it's obvious that we're not in peace, man. A nation that's constantly going through hell, man. Okay. And this is predicated to that what it says, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. The fountain of wisdom is these laws, statutes, and commandments, these scriptures. Okay. And as a whole, we have forsaken it. Okay, but the Lord is giving it back to us, man. Lord willing, we are those of the elect number allotted to receive salvation, but He's giving it back to us by way of the Ruach HaKodesh, man. All right, through the Spirit, man. Okay, so Jake wondering why it's just so bad. Things ain't gonna ever change. This and that. And Jake want to continue to march and believe in the system, but the track record has shown that the system wasn't created for you. It was created to harm you. It was created to destroy you. Okay. Micah 2:10. What it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right. For it would destroy you with a sword destruction. For it is polluted. For it would destroy you with a sword destruction, man. Okay, this is what this place is, man. All right. A sword destruction unto the Israelites, man. Right? Let me get verse 8. Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our father, which departed from the Lord our God, our power. All right, and that's the whole gist of it, man. Hey, you gotta what they say, bite the bullet, so to speak. We had to bite the bullet. We had to get what the Lord had set out for us to go through, man. Okay, according to the iniquities of our forefathers. So that's why Jake was going through the most extraneous judgments, man, hells, man, getting put to death, getting used in vile ways. Okay, that's just more evidence on who Edom is and who Jacob is. All right, because Esau is they hold themselves not accountable, man. Okay, Esau, Edom, the devil, he goes, he has that perpetual hatred for Jacob. Let me get that. I think I got that. Con. This is Zechariah 11:5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. You know, Edom actually believes that this was for him to do and forever, for it to be a forever thing, a perpetual thing. All right. Edom didn't regard regard the life that's within you. You know, they conducted live experiments on our women, children, gator babies, nigger boots, you know, boots made out of nigger skin. You know, it's a lot of things, man. You know, they hold themselves not accountable for. You see, they trying to take it out of the education system. You know, they don't want nobody to know. They want to kind of just, you know, sweep everything under the rug. Oh, we ain't in them times no more. We doing this and that. You know, being the devil that he is, you know. But he's been exposed, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's been exposed, man. All right, for who he is, man. Esau, Edom, the devil, man. Okay. This is Ezekiel 35:2, and it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. And Mount Seir, that's one of the high governments of Edom, man. Okay. It says, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, so the Lord is gonna come and destroy this devil, man. All right, for the things that he's done, man, because he believes that his houses shall continue forever. I think that's what 49:11 Psalms. But yeah, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, man. You know, they think they're gonna forever be oppressing the world, oppressing the earth. You know, a man and his heritage, the nature itself. All right. Verse 4, it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. All right, because this damn devil got a God complex, man. Okay, that's why he felt like he can go around the earth doing whatever the fuck he want to do and not be held accountable for it. All right, not be called out on the shit. So, but the Lord has uncovered his sins, and the Lord has made inquisition of this damn devil, man. Investigation. It says, and thou shalt be desolate. No, verse 5, and because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood. So the Lord is preparing this man unto a big blood bath, man. The slain of the Lord shall be many. You know, the Lord said he had a sacrifice in Basra, man. You know, capital of Edom. Right? He says, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Because that perpetual hatred, man, towards the children of Israel, man, is something that is a sign as well, man. That perpetual hatred is a sign as well. And to be honest, you can't escape it, man, because with the scripture say you can't do nothing for the truth. I mean, you can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You know, Edom can't hide his hatred, man. Okay, it's well documented. Okay, they was going into that book called Without Sanctuary. Okay, with all them damn postcards of them lynchings and hangings and all type of just doing some, like, what the fuck, man? That shit was tradition to y'all, man. To eat them, man. You know, it was a thing. It was like a family dinner for they ass. Go pick a nigga, picnic. Go pick a nigga and barbecuing, and they actually ate Jake flesh, man. It's well documented. Eating the flesh of Jake, barbecuing them. So, they think that it says that they believe that shepherds pitied them not. Well, the Lord said He's gonna have mercy on Israel, man. So let me get that. I'm gonna close out. It says Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And though the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. The strangers going into Israelite foreigners. All right, but the Lord will definitely have mercy on Jacob, man, and yet choose Israel. Okay, he has always been that way. Okay, and but this time is gonna be the last time that the Israelites go into captivity, man. Okay. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. It's going into you other nations, right? According to Leviticus 25 and 44. Okay. It says, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, right? And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall that's gonna come to pass. All you nations that oppressed the Israelites, man. Okay. The Lazarus in the wounds, licking the sores. That was you other nations, man. While we was already beat down, you helped further the affliction as well as had us in captivity at one point. Okay. So y'all are going into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So everything is about to be put in balance. All right. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Even I had a sigh of relief from just hearing that, just listening, just reading that, man. I felt pressure relief because this place is a sore destruction, man. This place is pressure. It's fucking squeeze. It squeezes the life out of you, man. And you gotta fight tooth and nail, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, to not let that happen, man. Okay. Micah 2:10, man. Arise and ye and depart, for this place is not your rest. It'll destroy you with a sore destruction. It's polluted. This place is polluted, man, beyond repair. So Lord willing, this has been edifying. Closing out, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechak, Wadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders at Greenville Stone, rule well, being a great example for us young brothers in this truth, and sincere Akim throughout the four winds, pushing this word in all truth, righteousness, and sincerity to you. Say Shalom. Kwam the elect, Yasharala, and the Baba Ball. Shalom.